Hey, folks, welcome to That's on Florida, your weekly dose of sunshine and insanity. I'm Myke Herlihy, joined tonight by our producer, Erick Rivera, and the one, the only Mr. Omgitswicks. Gentlemen, good to see you guys tonight.
It's nice to see y'all. It's always a good time when we get to meet like this. I've been having a lot of fun on the podcast, so we get to do some Florida stuff and talk some Florida stuff and just talk some random stuff, and I love that. So, yeah.
There's been a couple of times I've been sitting here going, you know what? We got a lot of podcast views one week, then not as many downloads the next week. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't do that. And then I realize I'm probably going to stay on the phone and talk with you guys for 2 or 3 hours anyways at some point during the week. So we might as well record it and just put it out there. All right. So, Erick, congratulations. I know it was baby shower weekend there for you. When's the due date now? When's the due date? What you got? August?
Yeah, late August, August 19th. Yeah, let's start a pool. Let's get a pool going. No. But yeah, late August, August 19th is the due date. And yes, the baby shower is now officially done and in the books. So one less thing to stress about and get ready for. So that's...
Yeah. How was the baby shower? Was one of those, was it males and females invited, or was it just...
all women, all estrogen, all day long? No.
So you just show up to pack up the gifts and get the hell out of there.
I just show up at the end. I say thank you very much for everything. Really appreciate it. A lot of diapers and exactly that. Pack up the car, and that's my job.
Did you play any of the tasting the baby food games or anything like that?
No, we played a game where like who's more likely to kind of thing, and people would choose either Brittany or myself, right? Like who's more likely to change the most diapers, Brittany or Erick. And so just to cover my bases, my hand was up for her the entire time. Just she's gonna do it all.
I was gonna say it quickly became just a guy bashing moment, like until it came to who's most likely to drop the baby because they were watching the Jets lose. Oh, okay,
Exactly.
Well, and I'm not going to do a pool with you because I know who you are. I know the type of person you are. And if I have the 28th and you have the 29th and it's 10:30 on the 28th, you're going to be like, hold it, just suck it in, hold it. You got to make it to tomorrow, otherwise Herlihy gets $552.
I was going to say that is all dependent on the money, Herlihy. All dependent on the money. What we're talking here, because if it's $1, I don't care.
Well, congratulations, man. We're all looking forward to it. We can't wait for you to become a papa. Wicks, you had a busy weekend, and we were in the great city of
Ocala,
Florida. Ocala, Florida.
Time, I mean,
I love Ocala because when you start naming Florida cities that pop up the most on our Florida Man stories, Ocala, Marion County, you can't go. Ocala is almost the Kevin Bacon of Florida cities where weird things happen. You're never more than 6 steps away from Ocala. So
that is true.
So we had 2 shows Saturday night. We were at the Ocala Civic Theater. Nice venue. I'd never been there before. And the staff was amazing. The tech team was great. The audiences, 2 sold out shows. I got in Saturday right before the shows. You got into town Friday. You slid into Ocala?
Night. Yeah.
Now, I just came in, did the shows, and went back to Orlando, but you stuck around. You did stuff. What do you have on the schedule out there? What were you up to?
Well, when you go to Ocala, especially every time I go to Ocala, I got to do something Florida. I got to do some Floridering. I got to get these adventures in. So we got there Friday night. We just explored the house, the Airbnb that we were in, because it had like a little pool and it had a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
But it looked like a haunted house, so it looked like one of those scary movie houses. So, you have to, I spent most of the time standing in the window trying to scare everybody as they're bringing their stuff into the house because I'm childish. So I got to show you the pictures of it. But it was a nice Airbnb, though. It was very old. I think it was built in 1912.
People have definitely died in that house. You definitely had a ghost situation going on. Yeah.
I just pretended none of it ever happened. But no, it was nice. Then Saturday morning we got up. We went and ate some barbecue because when you were in Ocala, I didn't know Ocala was so big on barbecue. But almost every restaurant that was recommended was either a taco truck or barbecue. So I went to Smoky Drew's, and it was really good. I will say it was really good.
I had wanted to make time. I left Orlando at 11 o'clock because I wanted to go to a place. I think it was called Lee's Barbecue, Big Lee's.
Yeah.
because I heard the guy had been on Beat Bobby Flay like twice, and he was on some other show. And I saw people comment on your thread, places to go, and I saw Big Lee's. I'm like, oh, I gotta give that a check. And then I hit some traffic, and I got into Ocala, and I was just like, barbecue, barbecue, barbecue. And then when I put in my maps, Big Lee's was 20 miles in the opposite direction from where I needed to go to the theater. So I ended up at one of Ocala's finest barbecue establishments right across from the theater, Sonny's Barbecue.
That's where you went.
The same Sonny's I have 20 feet from my house here in Orlando. I just went over there and was kind of judgy, compared it to the Orlando Sonny's experience, and it was the same. It was the same.
I miss Sonny's.
I always hate that, man. I hate when I'm on the road and I'm in a new town. I always like to try and find something that I can only get in this town, food-wise. You know, unless it's after the show. After the show, it's like, okay, it's Applebee's or the Ale House is the only thing open. But my hands are tied on that.
Yeah, we get what we can get at that point.
Limited
unless you're in Tampa, restaurants don't close.
So the place you went for barbecue was a food truck, or it was a restaurant? And
it was a food truck. Yeah, it's called Smoky Drew's. It's really good. The macaroni was good. Yeah, I had high expectations and actually they messaged me. Well, they were commenting, they were making a post before I even went up there, and they were saying like they were looking for like influencers, which I am not, but I was like, I'm not an influencer, but you know, I can come and, check out your spot. And he was like, I'll pay you. And I'm like, I don't want money. I don't do that. Cause then I don't want,
you don't want to be biased.
Like I want to taste it and try it myself, and then I can decide that, you know, I don't have any like, oh, I gotta say it's good, because I don't want to do that. So I go to these restaurants, I pay for my food, and I checked them out. The customer service was great, the food was great. I would definitely recommend it. Everything was great with me. So
I will say that there's been a couple of food bloggers I don't follow on TikTok, but I've watched a couple of videos, so they tend to pop up more often than not. And there was one guy that I really enjoyed watching all his stories. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then he did a pizza place in Orlando where he did a review, which I know is the trashiest pizza I've ever had. But he still played it off like, this is a 5-star must. I'm like, oh, you're on the take, man. There's no way you didn't take money. Now I can't trust you on anything.
I can't trust your opinion. I've been there.
Trust you on anything, man.
That's how it is, man. As soon as they tell me they're getting paid to go review, like if you're going to get paid to go promote a restaurant, okay. But if you're getting paid to review a restaurant, I can't trust you. I can't trust your opinion on it, because you're not. It's a little bit. You're getting paid to, So,
and I'm nowhere near your level of followers, but I think when I hit like 80,000 on TikTok, some shop started reaching out to me, going, "Hey, we want to send you this item. All you gotta do is do a video on it." So I was like, oh, okay. And I started these hair clippers. These people sent me like professional barber hair clippers.
Oh, yeah.
And they were nice. I mean, it was full on, like heavy duty. I still use it. Like it was great. So I did a quick little review of that, just about how much I enjoyed the product. Then I ordered one of those, or I didn't order. They reached out to me and offered me the full face mask snorkels. You ever see those for like where it covers your whole face and it's got a snorkel built into it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been wanting one of those forever. I'm going to get for free. Yeah. So they sent me one. I went in the pool with it and I almost drowned in the first minute. Like water just started leaking in all through the mask. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's a me thing. So I got out and made sure it was sealed. And no, this thing was just trying to drown me. So I wrote them. I'm like, hey, this thing tried to drown me. I would rather just send it back to you, because the only review I can do for this is it tried to drown me. And then they got mad.
1 star.
And they sent me back this, well, just do the video. And I'm like, I'm not going to do a video for a product that almost killed me. I'm actually trying to be nice here by saying I won't do a video at all, but you're definitely not going to buy this video. And then they're like, well, we've sold millions of these. I'm like, well, there's 1 million people about to die. I don't know what to tell you. So, and then I'm like, just give me an address and I'll send it back. And they just, they eventually stopped. I think like a month later, someone sent me, hey, did you do the video yet? And I just screenshot the conversation we had and sent it back to them. I never heard from them again. So you went to Drew's, Smoky Drew's, had a great meal.
Yep.
And then we had 2 shows Saturday. Amazing time, lots of fun. Did you stop anywhere, or you just go right back to the Airbnb after that, crash out?
So after that, I went to the Airbnb because we had to be up at like 7 in the morning to go to the glass bottom boat tour at Silver Springs. We were with Captain Reef. He actually came in on his day off to do the tour because I told him he wanted to do it Saturday, but I was explaining to him that I don't want to do anything before the show because I don't want to risk anything happening before the show. So normally I just, I'll go get food or anything like that, something that I can control. But when it comes to like adventures, I don't want to just be out because I know how they can go. So he actually came in on Sunday on his day off, and we did a glass bottom boat tour. And I would recommend it. It's a lot of fun. We didn't see the monkeys. We didn't see them. I was looking for them, but we did see gators. We was out there with gator. We was out there with the otters, which that's what made me more nervous than anything is the otters. So you got to watch them.
Why? The otters aren't friendly?
Oh, but they're too smart.
They carry, man. They carry.
They're very smart, and they'll take down gators. Like they eat gators.
What? Otters eat gators?
Yeah, if it's small enough, because they're smaller here. Our otters don't get as big, but if it's a gator that they can take down, they'll take it down. They'll eat it.
I had no idea.
They eat snakes. They eat turtles.
I thought they just opened up little like snails and stuff. I didn't know they ate like big.
Yeah, like they crush the shells or whatever type.
Now I'm scared of otters, man.
No, me too. I'm seeing all these
otter
videos.
Little adorable, like fun things.
No, I'm gonna send you videos. There's videos online of like, because there was this kid and there was this otter just playing in the water, and they would draw you in because they're super smart. And the kid, I guess he got too close to the water, like on the edge, and the otter just attacked him, and he was like all bit up. Yeah, they're like, but they're so smart. They're not like. You know how animal just runs at you? They'll like lure you in before they get you. So they are very smart, and they're
like furry little sirens. They just draw you in with their cute and cuddliness, and then they.
That's what I'm saying, man. It totally just ruined the cuteness for me,
man. So where does the glass bottom boat take you?
It takes you through the river. So, and what's crazy is it was right near the theater. I think it may be like 5 minutes away from the theater. You go to the Silver Springs Park. Yeah, you go to I ended up on the kayak side because that's where I went before, but I had to go to the boat side, which they have like a museum and everything. But the cool thing is in Silver Springs, the river, they actually shot, I think they said over like 200 movies and TV shows out there. And they kind of show you through all the movie sets. They have like statues in the water still from the movie sets. Yeah, they have a bunch of stuff. Do
you remember any of the specific movies or shows they filmed out there?
Creature of the Black Lagoon. Tarzan. It was so many. It was so many. There was one with, I want to say Brad Pitt or Mel Gibson. One of those where he was near the water. They had the part where he jumped in the water. It was right there. Was it Flipper? No, the guy that was the Creature of the Black Lagoon. I think he the one created Flipper because it's supposed to be the Florida. Because after Lassie, it was like the Florida, and it's supposed to be Flipper. So, but that's
nice.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I would definitely recommend. I'm trying. My goal, Eric, is to get Myke and Ken to do Florida stuff, but they keep telling me no. But I'm not giving up because I got goat yoga, and I feel like.
Believe it or not, back when I was trying to become an actor, I had an agent and everything. Well, my big claim, shout out to Melanie Novi, my big claim to fame, she got me into a Florida lottery commercial where I played like a 7-Eleven clerk handing some guys tickets. Yeah. And that was my big break right there. One Florida lottery commercial.
He was so excited.
She sent me on another commercial audition, and it was for like T-Mobile or something. And I had to fake doing goat yoga. I'd never heard of goat yoga. So I go in a t-shirt and shorts. They're like, okay, get on the ground. And then they're like, this broom is going to be a goat. And like one of the PAs was just like smacking me on the back with like a broom and saying in the commercial, it will be a goat. And like you're doing this in front of people. I'm just like, is this a legit commercial audition? Because I feel like 3 wealthy white guys just got together and wanted to pay money to see young guys get smacked with a broom for some weird reason. And then they're like, okay, let's try an ad lib scene. where you're just like, okay, here's the lines you're supposed to say, but now ad lib. And I said something along the lines of like, this isn't that bad once you get over the smell. And the director's like, no, wrong. I'm like, you literally just said, say whatever I want. So I left that audition. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting that. And then they called me back the next day. They're like, they want to see you again. So I'm like, okay.
Are you sure?
And now I'm feeling cocky because I'm like, I'm sure it's my ad lib that got me the call back, you know?
Yeah.
And I get in there. So I say the exact same thing. And the same people who heard me say it yesterday go, no, again. You know? Like, whatever. And then not a buddy of mine, but someone I know from my Disney theme park days got the role. Yeah. And I was just like, man, I would have killed for that part. You know? That would have been the turning point. Aren't you the guy from the goat yoga commercial that goes, once you get over the smell? Yeah. So to answer your question, ever since then, I've wanted to actually do goat yoga. I've wanted to do it for. I would love to do goat yoga. Where are you doing it?
We have this on air now.
This is happening.
Where are you?
I want this to happen.
This is happening. So it's in Fort Myers. It's called Dim and Jandy. We actually went before. And it was a lot of fun. Like, they let out the goats. The goats are on my back. They were all over everybody's back. They already reached out and said that they wanted to do it again because we make it a whole little, event type of thing.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, we do some more goat yoga. I'm down. It was a lot of fun. And Char was pregnant last time we went. This time she's able to fully participate. I had goats on my back. It was a lot of fun.
I wonder if we could set it up for like when we're going through and doing
Naples,
maybe Port Charlotte, or maybe Naples. Yeah.
Port Charlotte. Yeah, either one, because it's right there. So either one. It works.
Yeah.
We could do some goat yoga, and it's in the morning, so it works out.
Well, let me ask, do they smell, or was I just exaggerating? Do the goats have a smell to them?
They'll definitely
pee.
They pee and they poop.
Yeah.
But animals. So you were right.
Be disappointed if I get there and it's just a bunch of goats doing like downward dog position. And they're like, "What do you think? Oh, you thought the goats? No, we don't do that here. No,
the goats do the yoga too.
The goats do the yoga, or do you get on the goats' backs while they do yoga?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a good time though. It's a good time. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna set it up.
Yeah, no, that sounds like fun. I'd do that. We gotta get Ken involved.
Yeah,
we can get Ken involved. I know we can get Ken, because now the peer pressure shifted. It used to be 2 against 1. Now it's 2 against the other one. It works, and it's so easy to get Ken to do stuff because all we gotta be is like, well, if you can't do it, maybe Dwayne's available. and then Ken's like, Dwayne ain't taking my spot. Yeah, we had a great time in Ocala, so much so that we met the president of the board of directors for the theater and the general manager of the theater, but they didn't even introduce themselves as like VIPs. They just waited on the meet and greet line. They didn't even mention who they were then. And then we found out later on through posts like, oh, yeah, we enjoyed your show. We met you, blah, blah, blah. And they want us to come back. We said 2027. They're talking about even earlier in 2026. But nice. You're already set up to go back through Ocala. You got some other adventure coming up, right?
Yeah. I'm going back. So I'm actually going back to do. Okay, so this might sound crazy when I say it, but roll with me. So they want me to go back to do like horse racing. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna be on there.
I got the track out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely hurt myself, but I feel like I'm not even gonna speak that into existence. It's gonna go fine. So they have that. They want me to do another kayaking adventure. And they want me to do like a normal horse ride. And we were talking about the zip lines, but I'm scared of heights, y'all. I say yeah to everything. Well, not everything, almost everything. But I have like 4. So I'm just going to go up there and just do all the adventures and try all the restaurants. I'm going to take a weekend to go do that. So.
Well, here's something to make you feel good about yourself. You might be short for an NBA player, but you are tall for a jockey. You're going to be...
This is true.
You're going to be like Will Chamberlain out there on the Ocala racetrack. They're like, who's this tall drink of water and stirrups? Even the horses are going to be like, that giant's not getting on me.
This guy's not 90 pounds. He's too heavy.
That's right. Well,
Oh man, that's
yeah,
hilarious.
let's look at goat yoga. Seems like a Florida thing I can kind of ease into. Maybe I'm kind of cool with
Gotcha.
that. Zip lining I
gotcha.
have not done, and it'll probably be another decade before I think about it. After hearing that story about that woman who didn't get hooked up properly down in Brazil or something.
Oh yeah, that
Did
was
you
the
see that
Yeah.
one like
recording.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You have one job to latch that latch, and that guy was just like. I mean, I know we all space out our. I've been on stage. I've forgotten punchlines before. I've forgotten tags
Oh,
before.
yeah.
But no one's life depended on it. You know?
Yeah, like that. That's like it. Like I'm not when I went because I did zip lining over Gatorland over the alligators,
Yeah.
and I like I'm not gonna lie. I asked maybe 40 times. Hey, is it attached? Did you attach it? You sure it's attached? How good is this thing attached? Like can I I was asking all the questions before I even jumped, and then I made sure they was like you can tug. But yeah, I'm gonna do all the tests. And then I did it. So
I want the most professional person being the one that hooks me up for those type of things. But I see all the TikTok videos of there's always the guy that's like pretending like he'll have someone strapped into the slingshot thing. And he's like, okay, on 3, folks. 1, 2. Oh, wait, let me check your shoulder straps. I didn't tighten those. And as he's pretending to walk towards them, he hits
then
the
they just
button.
go.
So now people are screaming. And while it's funny to observe, I'm like, oh, I that'd be my heart attack moment. I'd be done. That video would end up in a courtroom somehow with my children trying to collect payment. Well, good, man. Yeah, Ocala was a great time. Coming up, we're off this week, 4th of July weekend. We're not anywhere. But then we're in Key West the 10th and 11th. Now, I know you've gone back and forth on this, and I don't know if you're playing with me or you're serious, because it started out as a joke about you maybe renting out the real world house for your crew while you're down there. Yeah. And then once you start looking at prices of hotels, you're like, I might actually do it.
Might as well.
Where are you at on that?
I'm thinking I'm just gonna do it.
Is it even available? Is it open?
Yeah, it's still open. It's been open the whole time. I don't know.
Do we want to know what the price is on something like that a night?
Nah. Let's go.
Yo,
listen.
if you rent it, get Ken and Myke and stuff like that and be like, this is the true story of 3 guys picked to live in a house.
I was thinking that too.
It's funny because Wicks did offer. He said, hey, man, if I get this house, it sleeps like 18. So you're welcome to come crash there. And I'm like, here's the thing, man. I get up in the middle of the night. I walk to the fridge naked. I don't want to put that on anybody. You know, that's not the type of like I'll swing by for lunch. We'll do brunch at the house or something. But I don't want. No, I'm good with the little attic comedy club condo they put me up in. I'm good with that. And I'm trying to tell them too. I'm like, I don't know how much they pay for that, but Key West will be to date probably the smallest venue we're doing. Yeah. I think it seats 115. They have crammed in 130. But the nice thing about this club is some of the biggest names in comedy go down and do this club. They've had Doug Stanhope down there. They've had recently Big J. Okerson down there. If you go to their website, it's ran by Tom Dustin and Joe Madas, 2 friends of mine, both Boston comics that moved down to Key West and decided to open a comedy club. Yeah. So when the names come through, this is the place they do. But that being said, I'm like, we're going to see 115 to 130. We have 4 shows. 2 shows already sold out. The other 2 are going to sell out. But money-wise, when I look at you wanting to rent the real world house for the weekend, I'm like, does that make sense? And Wicks was like, well, you know, I got the family. I want to make some content. I'm going to do some Key West stuff. Do you have anything on your list you want to do while you're in Key West or something you have to do down there?
Nothing yet. Well, I think the only thing, I've realized it's different. I think Robbie's is in the beginning of the Keys, where you feed the tarpon by hand. Right. That's the one thing that I'm like, I have to do that, but I might do that on the way back. Like I might just stop everybody on the way back since I have to drive anyways. Like, hey, y'all, since I got to drive anyways, let me just do this. And then feed it, But then if it goes bad, then it's just But we're gonna just see how it happens. I'm gonna do it after the show though. So I'm on the way back on that Sunday.
I think there's a place in Key West where I don't know if you reach down into the water and feed them by hand, but they definitely circle around the dock so you can just throw food to them.
Oh yeah,
I think there's a restaurant down there in Key West. And also, one of the co-owners of the comedy club owns Danger Charters, which I think I already talked to you about. They go out, they do the cruises, the sunset cruise, but then they also do where they take you out to a reef and let you snorkel off the back of the boat. But you said that might be a problem for you because you don't want to be in open water.
Not yet. I can't swim yet. Like let me do my swim lessons, and then we can make it happen. After my swim lessons, I'm down. After at the end of July, maybe beginning of August, I should be ready to swim. So
we'll give it a shot.
You know what? I'm down. Let's see how it happens.
Wicks told me he's taking swim lessons. I told him I want a first day swim lesson pick with him and all the other 5-year-olds sitting on the side of the pool with their water wings on.
Floaties.
And I'm going to send it to you. So you know.
We also, one of the other co-owners of the club, he just likes taking out the kayaks through the mangroves down there. He's like, we'll just get some kayaks and we'll just take a little trip through the mangroves. And I'm like, that sounds like that could be a good day. Get some Floridian content or something like that. But who knows? You might get to the real world house and be like, oh, I ain't leaving here until showtime. It's got everything I need.
Right.
Aren't you a sucker for conch?
Conch chowder? I don't do any seafood. I'm anti-seafood.
I thought you were a sucker for conch.
No. My dad, in fact, it was weird. My dad's Irish, so you'd think fish would be on the menu, but he's anti-fish. And my mom's Sicilian, and he would just get upset with her for trying to do any seafood in the house because he's like, here's how it works, Mike. You know why God put fish in the water? What happens when you go in the water? You can't breathe. You die. Fish are God's protected animals. He doesn't want us to touch them. That's why he's like, you like hamburgers? Me too. He puts cows right on the road, makes them slow so we can catch them and eat them. You ever try to catch a fish with your hands? Impossible. You ever go up to a cow? They walk over looking for a belly rub. It's ridiculous. And he brings up some valid points. I mean,
got a point. And they're delicious. Yes, absolutely.
But and then I'm like, but Dad, in the Bible, I hear all this talk about Jesus feeding people with one fish. He's like, because nobody likes fish. Everybody took one bite, said, "Oh, give that to someone else."
The fish beef is real.
he's like, let me see him feed him with one sirloin. Can't do it. First guy's gonna eat the whole thing.
Oh man, that is hilarious. I can't wait.
Well, you know what? Yeah. So Ocala was a blast. Key West is coming up. We're gonna have a good time. Since we left Ocala, I thought it'd be appropriate to open up our Florida man stories with one straight out of Marion County.
Of course.
So this incident happened in 2024. Deputies responded to a call where they made contact with a 41-year-old man named James Brady. Brady told the deputies he had done drugs and needed medical assistance. While waiting for the medics to arrive, he randomly blurted out this exact warning: "You better have your doors locked. I like to steal cars." Moments later, he suddenly bolted from the grass, hopped into the running unlocked driver's seat of the deputy's patrol cruiser, and sped off. He led the Marion County Sheriff's Office and local police on a high-speed chase down State Road 200 before deputies successfully used a pit maneuver to spin the cruiser out and arrest him. Now, I don't know, but that is the most criminal. If this was sports, that's like when Babe Ruth came out with the bat and just pointed at the center field wall.
Yep.
When you just call your shot and there's nothing the other team can do about it.
You just got to accept it at that point.
I can't even feel bad for the cops on this one. The guy,
he told you, like,
yeah.
Oh, so the cops just totally set him up, right? Like the driver's side window was down, the keys were in the ignition running.
I'm upset that the cops didn't take his warning. Like,
hey, but make sure your doors are locked because I like to steal cars. The cop was like,
doors locked. I like to steal cars.
You're not going to steal a cop car.
And that was it. The cops just stood around going, bet he won't, but he did.
And the next thing you know, their car, is your car leaving? Yes, it is. It's him in their stolen car.
And let me tell you this.
Man.
When I used to manage restaurants, I supposedly left the restaurant door unlocked one night. I don't think I did. I think the other manager went back and I don't think it was me. And unfortunately, we didn't have any cameras. But for the rest of my career there, the running gag was, "Hey, Mike, make sure you lock the door tonight. Hey, Mike, make sure you lock the door tonight." So I can only imagine when a criminal takes off with your cop car. There's no one on your force who's respecting you after that, man. There's
man.
no
You get a lot of crap.
Crazy part though, it happens more than you think.
What? Where they take off and grab the cop cars?
Yeah, I was saying the past week I watched 3 body. You know that's my thing. And in Florida, Marion County, Pasco County, St. Johns County, Brevard County. They're like the top, and Orange County, but you know. And they will just get in and take off. Like the police, there was one girl that they did a wellness check on, and she flipped out. The police are like sitting there, they're trying to get her to calm down. She takes off running. They're trying to find her because they lose her, and then all of a sudden she jumps in the car. She comes out of wherever she came from,
comes out of the woods,
jump in the car and just take off. And they're like, did she just leave with the car? And she's gone. And they ended up catching her, but it was like it happens
it
a
seems
lot.
like it should be a standard police procedure to turn your car off. Like,
no, they leave it on.
I do see they leave it on, keep running.
Yeah.
Which, hey, why not? Because gas is $5 a gallon. It's not your tax dollars filling up your tank, right?
I feel like that would be a good college prank for like sororities and stuff like that. Like, all right, this is what you got to do to get in. Got to steal a cop car.
Oh, you know what? Not to get off subject, but this just crossed my mind today. My oldest got his restricted license, right? So now we're gradually doing haven't taken him out for a full drive, but like in the cul-de-sac here, we're kind of, working stuff out. But today we went out to lunch and we came to a 4-way stop. And it was one of those things where everybody, what's the deal when you come to a 4-way stop?
Who's going to go?
At the same time. If you're all come at the same time, which happens so infrequently, but there's actually a rule. It's whoever is to the right is the person who's supposed to go, right?
Yeah.
But then I was telling him, I'm like, but if you end up in a situation where you all get there, there's always someone to your right. There's always to your right. So my usual move is when they're trying to figure that out, I just go. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
I just go. But I don't know why I hadn't thought of this earlier. I want to do this next time I end up at a stop sign with someone. Because usually it's like, I don't know why as humans we care so much about, I get to go first. It's like, dude, it's 5 seconds. I want to do this next time. Whether it's over a parking spot that we get to at the same time. Someone's coming this way, I'm coming that way, and we both want to get that one. I'm just going to look at him and go, I want a rock, paper, scissors for everything now.
Yeah. What do y'all want to do?
That's because I'm not gonna lie, I'm 50-50 on rock, paper, scissors, but I've never felt bad when I lose something to rock, paper, scissors. I'm like, hey, I had a fair shot. And if you don't rock, paper, scissors, you
exactly.
So the rest of the day driving around, I was looking for someone that I could come to a stop sign at the same time and just be like,
what do you want to?
And don't be thrown in that time bomb thing or hey, it's rock, it's paper, it's scissors.
It's scissors. That's it. That's all. I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you.
Well, this next story goes back to 2014.
Okay.
A man walked into a Chase Bank in Miami, Florida, slipped a note to the teller demanding cash and waited. The teller, completely protected behind a wall of bulletproof glass, simply walked away from the window and dialed 911. Realizing the gig was up, the suspect panicked and bolted, leaving his demand note behind on the counter. When FBI agents and local police examined the note, they didn't even need to run the handwriting. The suspect had written his robbery demands on the back blank page of a job application form he had just started filling out, complete with his first real name, last name, and home address clearly written on the front.
Chef's kiss. Love it.
So many levels of incompetence here. Number one, you've been to the bank where they have the thick, like those aren't the ones. Those aren't the ones. You need to go back to the 1970s bank where you can reach over, jump over the counter. You're not getting through that.
Oh my God.
Number two, you didn't check the back of the piece of paper. Bradley Williams.
Right. Just give you my full name.
I feel like that. I feel like you saw it from like a movie or a TV show. And it worked in the movie or TV show. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. That's exactly what I should do. Not have any sort of gun or any kind of real threatening thing. Just a quick note that says, "Give me
I think
money."
We've talked about it before. We've all spent time in the bank where you start plotting if I was going to rob this place, how would I do it?
Eventual heist.
But what people don't realize is it just takes one thing to go wrong. Just one thing to go wrong. I read another story where the guy held up a convenience store, but his getaway was one of those scooters you can rent, like the bird scooters or whatever.
Scooters. Yeah.
So when they saw in the video he was on an e-scooter, they just called up the scooter company and said, "Hey,
disabled it."
No, not even disabled it. They're like, "You had a scooter at this address at this exact time." They're like, "Yeah, where did that scooter go?" And they gave him the tracking information, and they followed it 5 miles away. They caught the guy while he was returning the scooter to the scooter rack. It's the smallest things, man. It's the smallest.
Listen,
things
I got a similar story. So my kid's mother, my first kid's mother, she worked as a dispatcher at the Lee County Sheriff's Office. This is like back in the day. So there was a guy that robbed a bank. His getaway car was a green Beetle with a tan top.
And what year was this?
That's not inconspicuous at all.
2010, 2009, 2008-ish. We
not the most common car on the road.
No, not at all. So and the police officers were laughing because they're like, "How did you like?" They found him in no time. Like, they were like, "It's a green a green Beetle with a tan top."
Mm-hmm.
And they instantly seen him. Like I think one of the cops were just like there. They heard it over the radio. They look up and he's right there. So then they pull him over. He got all the stuff from he robbed the bank right in the passenger seat. And I'm like, how did you think you? First of all, there's not many two-tone Beetles out there. So you went and got the car that stands out the most to rob a bank. And he got caught in no time. But I thought it was hilarious.
The only way that makes sense is if he had another car set up like a black sedan 2 blocks away, and he's like, if I can just make it to the getaway car with this one, then everybody's gonna be looking for this very specific thing, and I'm pulling away.
Got to switch them in the parking garages too. Got to switch them in the parking garage. You go into the parking garage, you take one car and you take the other one.
Yeah, then drive out the other.
And that's what I'm saying. There's so many things that I realize I've just hit that point in my life where it's too late for me to do it. Because there's some things like becoming a professional football player. Should have done that, worked on that in my teens and my 20s. Not happening now.
I tried,
professional criminal. It's like, nope. Because back during my 30s, I was on top of my game. And now, like, I forget why I walked into a specific room. No, it's just not.
What I need here? What I need here at this bank?
Why was I here?
I
will deposit. I'm not even joking. The other day, I spent 15 minutes looking for my AirPods, and I pulled out the Find My AirPods app or Find My app on my iPhone, and everywhere I walked, it was saying it was a foot away, and I'm like, this thing's broken. This thing's broken, and it just happened to be at the bottom of my pocket under my keys. So when I reached for it earlier, I'm like, I never put my keys and my phones in the same pocket. But for like a good 20 minutes, I was like, this thing's on the glitch. I can't find my earpods. I pressed the sound button. I'm like, I know they're here. I can hear them.
I can hear them.
I can hear them.
Are they playing with me?
But I know how one ear of mine ain't that great, and the other one's on the fritz. So distance-wise, it was. Yeah.
What was the look on your face when you finally knew they were in your pocket and you were like, oh well, okay then.
Yeah. No, that wasn't it. I was looking for someone to blame. I'm like, who put these in my pocket?
Who did this?
These weren't in my pocket before.
You guys ever hear that joke? There's a judge. He's out at the bar, and he actually drinks too much, and he gets sick on himself. And he comes home. He's like, oh, my wife's going to kill me. So he throws his clothes in the laundry and he climbs into bed. And the next morning, she's like, honey, you have sickness all over the front of your shirt. He's like, yeah, I was at the bar last night and this drunk threw up on me. And he's going to be in front of my bench today at 10 a.m. And I'm going to give him a year for it. And she's like, well, you should give him 2 years. He crapped your pants as well.
Oh. That was good.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good.
All right.
I know,
Now this one gets an honorable mention. Our last story of the day is not out of Florida. It's out of Georgia. So I feel like we're spreading a bit. We're spreading a bit. In 2025, police in Coweta County, Georgia, arrested a 25-year-old woman. She had allegedly swiped credit card information from a customer while working a drive-through window at a local Whataburger. Now, my question to you guys is, what do you think she used that credit card for?
Please let it be like to pay her bills or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully it's bills.
Okay.
I have to pay a telephone bill.
Later that exact same day, she used the stolen info to make a $400 payment to the Coweta County State Court Probation Office to clear up her own outstanding probation fines from a previous misdemeanor charge. The payment system instantly logged her name, case number, and exact identity, handing detectives a perfectly gift-wrapped open and shut case.
Oh my gosh.
So she had court fines and fees from another theft charge, and she decided to use the stolen credit card to pay said fees, but used her real name to do it.
So when I said bills, that's not what I meant.
Exactly.
Please say she was in need, like electricity or something, baby groceries, something. And
that's insane.
I'm sure you've been watching those the police body cam footage.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure you've come across, how many times now do you see people showing up at fast food places and calling people out at work for using their information, and you get it sent to your house? You have the Amazon delivery to your door. If they're showing up accusing you, it's because they know who you are. They have your name and everything else. Now, whenever I go somewhere, if they go, let me just get your card and go to nope, you just stick your little machine out the window. I'll do the tappy tap thing. I'll tap. We're good. I don't need you disappearing with my card for any extended period of time.
I got to take it to the front register. No, you don't.
I'll pay
take
cash.
Me with you. Yeah.
I will pay cash.
Let me break out my 1990 checkbook for this one.
They bring out the old machine where they make the photocopy of it right there.
$50.
Right. They will be so mad at me.
Well, folks, that wraps up our Florida man stories for the week, which is going to bring us over to our trivia. Eric, what you got in store for us this week, man?
All right. We're going with some of Florida's popular attractions this evening for you, gentlemen. All right.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
5 magical questions that'll penetrate your mind and bring you to the heart of what is popular in Florida attractions. So let's get started, gentlemen.
A lot
Here
of
we
people
go.
traveling for summer break. So they should be. I've vacationed in Florida for a lot of my life. I think I'm good at this. I think I can do this.
Now, actually, a good question before we start is Floridians who vacation in Florida, do you think that they go to the destinations that outside tourists come into to see? Like, do they, you know what I'm saying? Like, or do they go, no, I know this is Florida. I need to hit somewhere else in Florida, or something that's not, where the Brits and are coming in, or things of that nature.
I know normally, because I'm one of those Floridians that go to other parts of Florida to vacation. I do it all the time. This tour has been amazing because I've been vacationing everywhere. But sometimes you hit the touristy spots, sometimes you don't, because you got to experience it. And there's every different part of Florida is completely different. So Key West, like we go to Key West, that's going to be a whole new experience for me. So I might do some touristy stuff, and then I might do some, not so. But then also I do like the Florida tourist stuff. So like, I guess to answer your question, we do got some like stuff that we may do that's extra that may not be all tourist stuff. So.
Right. Like in other words, I can't picture like somebody from England, right? First time in Florida saying, oh, let me go to, let me go to the Panhandle and experience Panama Beach or something like that. Right. It's usually like, I feel like that's something like maybe in Florida, they would understand, like, this is a place I know to go. That's, that kind of deal. Whereas a Brit would be automatically like Disney. That kind of deal.
Here's the thing, like living in Orlando and having spent a lot of my life in Orlando, Wicks is more of like the nature guy and the animals and the boats. And I don't mind theme parks. I'm not a thrill ride guy, but I do like the theme parks. But during high peak tourist season, I just won't go. It's
Yeah.
like I understand
Right.
that we need tourists to support our economy, but you won't catch even my kids who love Disney. I'm like, hey guys, do you want to hit Disney before you head up to New York this summer? They're like, it's gonna be so crowded. Like they've already hit that. You know, they're like, let's
February, March? No.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so hot. It's the hottest time of the year. It's the most
Yeah.
crowdedest time of the year. I don't know if you've met me, but on a regular day, I don't have this affable attitude about life. So you throw heat and crowds into the mix. It's not smart. So, but to answer your question, there's nights out of season that I'll be like, yeah, let's go do touristy stuff. Let's go
Yeah.
do. I mean, we're here. Let's do it. And if it's a town I haven't been to, then I love it. I will go do the cheesy touristy stuff the first time I'm there, like St. Augustine. I'll go do all the ghost tours and stuff like that. Key West, I'll do all the touristy stuff. But then on my second trip to that city, I'm like, okay, where do the locals hang out, or what can we do?
What a
around
real
here?
stuff going
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm
So,
with you.
all right, let's get into it. What you got for
All right,
us?
let's start with question. Here we go. Which popular Florida zoo spans 750 acres, making it the largest in Florida and the only subtropical zoo in the continental United States? It is home to over 3,000 animals across open air exhibits that mimic natural habitats from around the world.
Oh.
Is it A, Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens, B, Brevard Zoo, C, Zoo Miami, or D, Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens?
I'm gonna go C. Brevard Zoo. That was C.
No, that was B. C
Okay,
is Zoo Miami.
Okay, I'm gonna go Brevard Zoo.
We're gonna go with B.
You said 750 acres.
750 acres, yes, sir.
See, I don't feel like Brevard Zoo's that big, but I've never been to Zoo Miami. But because you said tropical, I'm thinking, is that the
Subtropical. Subtropical.
Oh, okay. You know what? I've never been there. I'm just gonna say Zoo Miami. Let's go Zoo Miami.
All right, gentlemen, it is 1-0 to Mr. Myke Herlihy.
Okay.
It is Zoo Miami with 750 acres, and they're one of the open air exhibits. One of the few zoos that actually have like an open air exhibit for people to go and buy like car and things of that nature.
Yeah, there's
okay.
a place in West Palm Beach called Lion Country Safari where you can
yeah.
drive through, which is kind of cool. But yeah, Brevard Zoo, great zoo. Just didn't think it was that big, and we're going to be there October 2nd, I believe.
Yeah,
October 2nd, which is, I must say, in all the years I've been doing comedy, I never thought I was going to be playing a zoo. I've played some rooms that felt like zoos where people are acting like animals, but I've never actually done a show at a zoo. So I'm super excited for that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, after watching that movie, We Bought a Zoo, I wanted to buy a zoo. I don't know.
Oh, really?
That helps.
That popped up
Don't
on my
you
feed the other day. I didn't watch it.
Oh man, it's a Cameron Crowe movie, so it's always like, you know, Jerry Maguire, and it tugs at your heartstrings, and you're just like, I want to buy a zoo. I'm really sad. It's that kind of movie. Exactly. All right.
I'll
Now
give
we're
it a
going to go
try.
to
I'll give it a try.
next question. Open on March 31st, 1959, as a small botanical garden and bird sanctuary meant to promote its famous brewery. It surprisingly grew into one of the nation's premier zoo and theme park destinations, famously shifting its focus to African theming and record-breaking roller coasters. Today, the 335-acre park in Tampa houses over 2,700 animals alongside its extreme rides.
Mhm.
Is it A, gentlemen, Adventure Island, B, Busch Gardens,
Yep.
C, Mystic Park, or D, The Enchanted Kingdom?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. You ain't even have to finish this one.
Yeah.
I go there all the time because they got animals. Anything that has animals, I'm normally there. Busch Gardens. I mean, you see me and Mike's face as you were saying, and we both looked at each other and were like,
What do you
"We know
mean?
what this is."
Is that a softball question? Is that it? All
Yeah,
right.
that was. Yeah, I think I've been to Busch Gardens twice. I've never taken the kids there. It's just hard because, you know, we're in Orlando, so we got SeaWorld, we got Animal Kingdom, It's like I always feel weird going, "Hey guys, you want to drive 2 hours for something not as fun?" You know, uh,
Oh,
but you're surprised because
But it's
when I
Busch
took my
Gardens.
kids, yeah, when I took my kids back to Connecticut, I took them to the little aquarium that my parents used to take me in Mystic. It's much
Oh,
smaller
yeah.
than SeaWorld. And these kids loved it even more than SeaWorld. They adored it. I'm like, wow, sometimes bigger isn't better. You hear that,
No,
ladies?
Mystic Aquarium
Sometimes
is
bigger
good.
isn't better.
Uh,
But
we can dive into the next segment on
Yeah.
that one, Mike, if you want.
so yeah, Busch Gardens. And here's how I feel about theme parks though, and zoos. When I go, I want to be totally immersed in where I'm at. And I think the first time I was at Busch Gardens, I went on a roller coaster and looked over and saw like the highway and a 7-Eleven, like right on the other side of the fence.
Oh, okay.
Like it's
Gotcha.
right in the middle of a neighborhood, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, you feel
it
like
is.
it's ruining your fantasy a little bit.
Yeah, and
when
that's that's why I always feel Disney has done really good. Like when you're in a Disney park, you're like immersed in whatever world you're in at the time.
I think
Yeah.
Disney's the best at it because I can remember even in Orlando, Universal Studios in Orlando, when they had dueling dragons.
Yeah,
You knew that fake
little
corner
facades.
painting, facade was like,
yeah.
really, you're just trying to block.
will say-
Dr. Phillips Road or something like that.
I will
something
say
like
the
that.
new park, Epic. People are saying when you walk into like Super Mario World, you actually walk through like a portal to all these worlds.
Yeah.
And everybody's told me once you're in there, you are immersed. Like you just feel like you're in a
That's
Nintendo
awesome.
game. Or when
Now
you
I
go
gotta
into
go.
like when you go into
I
like
gotta go too.
they have like a Frankenstein village type area. When you go in there, they've just done such a good job of blacking out like everything else around you. So
Yeah, I would think with the Harry Potter stuff too, they're more detailed in that aspect as well. Yeah, I got you.
all right.
Chris. So we got 2-1 here.
Okay.
All right. All right. We'll see how this one goes.
Uh-oh.
Originally envisioned as a working film and television production studio, this popular attraction officially opened on June 7th, 1990, featuring numerous rides, shows, and attractions that are primarily themed to movies, television, and other aspects of the entertainment industry. Is it A, Disney World, B, Universal Studios, C, Paramount Studios, or D, Afro Entertainment Studios?
Oh man, tough call. But if it wasn't for the fact I know that Afro didn't open until 2015, yeah, it's gonna be Universal.
What?
Universal
I'm going
Studios, man.
Universal.
Universal.
You're both
Studios
going
all day long.
Universal?
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I thought Afro had a shot, or even Paramount Studios. But gentlemen, yes, it is Universal Studios. That is correct.
I remember when Universal, I think we went on a field trip my sophomore year of high school, which would have been like 92. So Universal Studios, and right next to it was Hard Rock Cafe. You pulled into the same parking lot and you just walked into either Universal Studios or Hard Rock Cafe. So when we went on the field trip with my high school, we went to lunch at Hard Rock Cafe, and they put us into this private room. So we were away from all the other, because we had a group of like 40, 50 kids. And in the private room, Gloria Estefan was in there with like her team. So, yeah. So
That's
there
pretty
I was,
cool.
sophomore year of high school, eating lunch with Gloria. And she was so cool. She came over, let us all take pictures and came around and stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard to,
cool.
it's weird to go Universal Studios now and look at how huge it is and realize you got parking a parking level, which can be seen by space or seen from space.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
it's by the time you park the car to the time you get to the front gate, it's a 35, 40-minute adventure right there to go through City Walk. So they've really grown in the past. What is that? Close to 40 years now.
June 7th, 1990. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have an original ticket stub from when I went in 1991. The price of admission, gentlemen, was $19.95. $20.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows 1995 was like $1 million back in 91.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine if you could pay that now. Imagine if they did like a throwback weekend, like kind of deal, like, hey, we're gonna charge tickets.
It'd be like Carnival
chaos.
Cruise Lines. I'm not going.
You won't see me there.
All right, guys, let's go to the next question. We got 3-2 in favor of Mr. Herlihy. See, no favoritism going on here. No favoritism.
You sound so disappointed about that. Like, no favoritism. You're biting your lip while you say it. You're like, no favoritism.
Next question. Founded in 1967 as America's first drive-through safari park. With 320 acres, it houses over 1,000 animals, including the largest herd of zebras in North America. Roaming free, careless across 7 distinct sections, paired with a walkthrough adventure park. Gentlemen, is it A, J.N. Darling National Wildlife Refuge, B, Wild Florida, C, Lion Country Safari, or D, St.
Go ahead.
D or D, St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge? You got a question?
No. I thought I had it.
I thought it was
curveball.
I thought it was Lion Country Safari, but then the woman who cuts my hair actually just told me about Wild Florida the other day, and supposedly it's right there in Kissimmee.
It is. They invited me out, and I was supposed to go do it.
And once again, how large did you say this place is?
Okay, so this was founded in 1967.
That's not the
as
question.
America's first, right? But these are clues to which one it is, right? First, with 320 acres, it houses over 1,000 animals, including the largest herd of zebras in North America, roaming free, right? And across 7 distinct. So you're going C, Lion Country Safari. Do you want the options again, Myke, or do you?
No. Once again, I don't feel like. You said that thing about 7 distinct sections, and from the times I've been to Wild Country Safari, I don't remember that part. So, or Lion Country Safari, apologies. So I think I'm going to, I kind of feel like I just had my haircut Friday before I went to the shows. And so I feel like this was the universe putting this in there because I've been losing so much lately. I feel like an angel spoke to my barber and had her put this into the conversation. So I'm going with Wild Florida.
Sorry, gentlemen, we have a tie ball game. Wicks, you are correct. Myke, you literally mentioned it like during our thing, and I was like, oh, he's gonna know this question.
I know. And guess what?
Lion Country Safari, buddy.
Guess who's getting a new barber? This guy. Because that's how my brain works. Not my fault I lost this question. Her fault for bringing it up. Make me doubt myself.
Oh, man. I was supposed to go to Wild Florida. I remember looking at it. And like I'm not gonna lie to you, I did think it was Wild Florida, but I'm like, I'm going Lion Country Safari because that was the first one that I thought about. And I felt like something was telling me to just go with it. So I went with it. So
Myke, I never, as long as we lived in Port St. Lucie, I don't think I've ever gone to Lion Country Safari.
It's a good time. And the funny thing is I never owned cars until recently that were reliable because you can either take your own car through, or at the time you could get like a Jeep down there that was painted like a zebra, which probably makes sense because they got the most zebras anywhere, blah, blah, blah now. But they would give you this is how long it's been since I went. You would get a Jeep and they would give you a cassette tape to put in the cassette player. And then as you drove through in the Jeep, it would be giving like a tour of what you were seeing.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well done, Wicks. Well played. Well played.
We're at 3-3 here. All right. Known for some of the most vibrant turquoise blue waters in the state. These springs has served as an important natural resource, and at one time, mastodon and mammoth fossils were found in its namesake's river, along with relics of Native Americans who used the river for transportation and fishing. Much later in the early 20th century, the surrounding area was mined for phosphate and was made a state park in the 1990s. Is it A, Rock Springs in Apopka, B, Rainbow Springs in Dunalum, C, Silver Glen Springs in Ocala, or D, Itanuki Springs in Fort White?
Whew, none of the names you listed
was
were
hard.
names that were in my head. And Wicks has actually done a good amount of fossil hunting.
I like you were talking
Yeah.
about your Springs trip earlier in our conversation, and the bottomless or the see-through water right
bottom
there.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah,
glass bottom,
yeah. I was
yeah.
like, okay, maybe Wix is going to get on this question when I ask it.
All right. So just read off
I'm-
suggestions again.
Yeah.
Okay. A. Rock Springs in Apopka.
Mhm.
B. Rainbow Springs in Dunalon. C. Silver Glen Springs in Ocala. Or D. It's tough saying this. Ituckney Springs, Fort White.
So
And
I've
the question-
done Rainbow River a lot. I've done it multiple times. Austin that came to the show, that's where she takes us on Rainbow. We do the whole river and then we eat at Swampy's. It's delicious.
Yeah. And yeah, have you ever heard him talk about the fossils or any of that sound familiar?
I'm
Ooh, and
stuck between
this
two.
is
I'm gonna go
direct
D.
from
I'm
their
gonna go D.
website.
I'm gonna go D. I'm gonna go D. I'm struggling because I can. It's one of the two, but I'm gonna just roll with D. Oh, wait, hold up.
I love it. I love the nervousness. Yes. This is directly pulled from their website.
I'm gonna go D. I think it's wrong, but I'm gonna go D anyways.
And that's the
That is the name that I'm so hard to make. Ituckney Springs. ICHETUCKNEE Springs, and that's in Fort White, Florida.
yeah. What was the name of the place in Dunellen?
That's Rainbow Springs. What Wix was
That's
talking
Rainbow, and Dunellen is Rainbow Springs. All right, I'm gonna go Rainbow Springs. I'm gonna go Rainbow Springs.
about. All right, it is now 4-3, gentlemen, and it goes to Mr. Myke Herlihy. It is Rainbow Springs. That
I've
is
been there so
correct.
many times, but you know what? That makes sense. That does make sense because it's pretty long. Like it goes through. It makes sense because it makes sense.
Yeah, and I got that from the source, from the actual website there.
No, I believe it.
So, well, gentlemen, sometimes on rainy days you get winners, and that is Mr. Myke Herlihy here. Today there was no cheating. There was no for Wix.
Yeah.
Herlihy
Why
won
did
it fair and square.
Why is that? Did the Zelle not hit your account in time? What happened today?
I'll be ready
Actually,
next week.
I got to check. It's on my phone here, but I can't see it right now. So I got to check.
I will take the infrequent win whenever I can get it. So I appreciate that. Well, folks, that's our time for today. If you got a chance, go over to omgitswicks.com. Not only is that the only place that we suggest you get your tickets through for any upcoming shows, but he had a new website launch, and it looks amazing. Coming up, we're going to be at Comedy Key West, July 10th and 11th. Then we're at the Pensacola Sanger Theater. Pensacola, you guys wanted this. We made it happen. We're going to be there August 15th. Go ahead, grab your tickets. The 29th, we're at the Polk Theater in Lakeland, and there is only about 40 tickets left out of 1,400. After that, we got a bunch of stuff coming up. We already got some dates going into 2027. Do yourself a favor. Go check them all out at omgitswicks.com. On behalf of myself, Myke Herlihy, our producer, Erick, the math man, Rivera, and the one, the only OMG It's Wicks. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.